It's your boy, yadiiiig, 4 eyes, 2 G's, and before we get into the video for today guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow your boy in all social medias for more. But on to today's topic, and today we're here to talk about Lil Peep, and specifically the situation regarding his label. If you are unaware, after passing, Columbia received the rights to his music for 3 albums, and in this video I wanted to give my thoughts about some of the decisions they are making. And I want to say before I get into it, I 100% respect any decision that his mother is making about his music, and the idea of this video is not to be disrespectful towards her wishes or anything like that. It's more so looking at the actions of Columbia that don't quite sit right with me, although in the end I do understand that their aim is to make as much money as they can, and I respect any decision that Smoker Sack and his mother have made for Peeps music. And the first thing to discuss is the whole yadiiiig McConan falling down situation, and let's get this clear, I don't have any problem with X being on the song, but one thing that does kind of rub me the wrong way is that Peep's mother didn't approve of X getting on the song, and the label still went ahead with it, which I think shows a lack of respect on Columbia's part to not honor her wishes, and above all else, they just really wanted to cash in on the attention that X's name would bring to the song. And secondly, personally, I think it was a terrible move to remove McConan off the song entirely and release 2 different versions, even if he was just kept on the bridge after the hook or they only used one of his verses. But to remove him entirely basically dismisses Peep's initial concept and idea for the song, especially since the song came about through their intimate relationship, and I think it shows a lack of sensitivity towards the situation, because even though the second version was released, we all knew it was gonna get drowned out by the version with X only, which means that Peep's vision and message for the track was ultimately lost in translation. And the next thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way is how they are holding Peep's collaborations with longtime friends captive, but are willing to release or try to get collabs with artists that Peep doesn't really have any history with. Let's first talk about the collabs they're holding. Fat Nick, Young Goth, and Lil Tracy are some of the people that have come out and said that they are unable to release music with Peep due to behind the scenes label bullshit. And if it wasn't bad enough that they are blocking the release of music with people that Peep had real history with, what Columbia are trying to do instead, for example, is try to get a hold of Molly in My Aquafina, his collab with Rich the Kid. Now, I've heard the snippets of this track and I like Peep's part a lot, and Rich, as you would expect, is using the same flow he has used on 100 other songs, but what's frustrating here is that the label would rather run and chase these songs with artists that Peep didn't really have history or much of a relationship with, rather than let people like Young Goth and Tracy, who have real history with Peep, release their music how they want to. This is even the case of his collaboration with Marshmello, which I understand was his mother's decision to have that happen, so I respect the song's formation, but the actual release schedule and timing was up to the label. So we can't get any new songs with anybody from Young Goth to Tracy to other GBC members a year after his passed, but we are getting new songs with people like Marshmello a couple months after his death. I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me. Furthermore, in a deleted tweet, Tracy said that the label was hitting him up for a feature after all the backlash they received from the XXX McConan situation. And this is so fucked because the only reason they want to get Tracy on a song is to smooth fans over and make it seem like they aren't blatantly trying to cut his longtime friends off from releasing music with him. The whole move is basically a public relations stunt, and these type of actions make me dubious about the label's intentions. And then it comes to the situation of his music release schedule and its final form. Peep's fans have grown increasingly frustrated with the lack of new material since his passing, but I do kind of get why they've waited, and Smoker Sack in particular has been very vocal about him taking his time to mix Come Over When You're Sober Part 2 to make it perfect, so I do understand that. But another worry that I see online is how different the songs are sounding. For Part 2, we actually have heard a few of the songs already as they have leaked. The official release of Runaway, for example, does sound noticeably different from its original version, and this goes for other songs like Cry Alone or Sex With My Ex, and many fans have shown their disapproval for this. Or even in the case of Spotlight, where we have learned that the original version that was recorded was done by Smoker Sack, and then after his death, Marshmello remixed the vocals and the production, and fans have been weary of changes like this as they feel that they are done with the intention of cleaning up his music to make make it have more mainstream appeal. And I do understand where these fans are coming from, however I do feel like some of them are overreacting at this point. Although I do think that the original versions of Runaway and Cry Alone do sound better, I think we have to wait until we get the full project to properly judge, and I just hope that when we get it, it doesn't sound too poppy or too mainstream or something like that. But ultimately we can't say for sure at this point until we actually listen to it in full. And as you can see, there have been some actions from the label that don't quite sit right with me, and the thing that really irks me the most is the fact that they're holding back people Peep had real history with from showcasing their art with him. And I hope that we can start to see more of what Peep recorded before his past in the near future. But that's all from me today, guys. Make sure to let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling about some of these decisions and your feelings about the label in general. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Also, please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow your boy on all social medias for more.